Hello and welcome. Welcome back to another episode of the Lilypad Network AMA. My name is Developer Steve, also known as Stephen Kuchin, and I'm joined here today by the amazing Tao Shang. Hello, Tao Shang. How are you going?
Hello. This is Tao Shen, and great to see you again. And let us discuss the new release of AMA. I'm good, thank
So
you.
amazing. We have so much to cover today, and you can throw a spanner in our works. We like to be kept on our feet. We're very agile, very small team, very tight team, and we're very agile. So we do like to be kept on our feet. So that said, we do have a lot planned today, including, I'm totally going to talk this up. We have some really like so breaking news that this is the first place you're going to be hearing about it, and you can find out how you can get into our next Galaxy Quest. But before we get into that, you can disrupt us. Please do. We love to be disrupted. It's what it's all about. We love disrupting things. If you do have any questions, comments, or emojis, please drop them in the chat as we're going along. We're more than happy to, we're more than happy to be disrupted from our regular, well, not regular, our scheduled programming. In fact, that's the point of these AMAs, is to ask the questions that you want to get asked that you may want to ask. So ask away. Again, if you do have any questions, comments, or emojis, please drop them into the chat, be whatever platform you're watching us from, YouTube, or we've already had a question. There you go. That is amazing. We'll get to that one in a sec. But yeah, whether you're watching us on Twitch, YouTube, or LinkedIn, please use the chat functionality. Let us know you're there. Drop in some emojis. We do any bad tech jokes? Sometimes we do. Actually, on that note, I didn't plan to, but you all want to hear a joke? Yes, you do. I'll answer that question. This is open sourced, so please share it around because it's always important that we, contribute to open source, but also, bring a smile to someone's face. But what do you call a singing computer, Tao Shang?
Uh, Seeing computer?
Yeah.
Uh, do you mean my own computer, or what do you mean?
Oh no, it's a tech joke. Sorry, I put you on the spot. We didn't talk. This wasn't rehearsed. Well, I have a lot of tech jokes. Anyway, I haven't used this one for a while, but what do you call a singing computer? Adele. Ah, there we go.
Okay, I see.
Wait, we have a question. So let's disrupt and answer the question. Uh, I hope I say this right, but yo asks, is there any rewards for joining? And that is a great question. And in fact, yes, there is. If you're a resource provider, if you have access to a GPU or any sort of, well, a GPU, ideally a NVIDIA card, then you can join our incentive net, which is currently live. Let me grab the link for that because there's a whole bunch here it is. You can find out more on that link below, so lilypad.tech/incentive net. It covers everything you're going to need to know from the tokenomics and how it all works, how the mechanism works to getting started, which you can also find out from our docs. Oh, there it is. I knew I had a link in there somewhere. Docs.lilypad.tech. We will actually, in a little while, be looking at. I have a instance deployed to a cloud provider that I don't want to jinx it because if I say it's working and I go back and check, it probably won't be, but I'm sure it is. We'll check it, and if it isn't, we'll debug it. But a resource provider running with multiple GPU. Now, this is something new that we've been testing, and I can show you a little bit about it as we go on. But anyway, if you're looking to get started as a resource provider and how to get everything set up and installed, then docs.lilypad.tech is the link you are looking for. So check that out. Hopefully that answers your question. Oh,
Yeah,
this is-
Steve, I think you can also introduce about the community support for Lilypad, or contribute to the code and work as an ambassador, or any kind of contribution. And also for the job model, we can also get some rewards, not only get started as a resource provider, but also as a community contribution.
No, well put. And actually, funny you should mention that. We're gonna look at somebody contributed from our amazing community, our growing community. I've got it on my list of things for us to talk about. But yeah, somebody did a contribution for a resource. Oh, Actually, maybe we'll just talk about it now. Let me dig out the link. But yeah, contributing is a great way to get involved with the project. Oh no, don't tell me. See, just before I came live, and I mean Murphy's Law moment, just before we came live. Oh no, there it is. I found it. My Chrome crashed. I had everything set up, of course, and then just like about 2 minutes before I came on, like nothing. It all froze, and I'm like, no. Anyway, found it. Stop looking. Found it. Um, Great. That's a great segue actually to, yeah, something we had, one of our community people, this person here, contributed a automatic service restart for node monitoring, which is absolutely cool. There's a lot of work that's gone into this too. And we always love to see these community contributions because this, as many of you may know, this is a very open source project. So we are always looking for people to get involved. We have a growing community of nearly 2,000 people in our Discord now. If you want to join us there to continue the conversation, either during this live stream or beyond, ideally beyond, and also during. Actually, let's go with both. And please join us there, lilypad.tech/Discord. Put that up on the screen as well. We're always looking for new people to join, get involved, reach out, tell us what you think. You can also, I may have said a couple times already, drop your questions, comments, and emojis into the chat. We are monitoring, and the team is standing by to answer your message if we don't. But please join us on Discord because, yeah, this is the type of thing we're seeing more and more from our community, which is really, really cool because we're working pretty hard to, well, democratize and get access to decentralized access to GPUs so that you can do anything you or run any heavy compute container models that you want to run, be that Olama model or Stable Diffusion or even some type of really amazing research. Reach out, let us know. We'd love to chat and find out what you want to build, what you are building. Yeah, but also join the Discord. Anyway,
Yes.
this update is this contribution is really cool. The team has been testing it. We've actually got it being tested on some of our deployments at the moment, which is great. But basically, this script basically uses the system MD service to monitor the online status of a resource provider node and to check for regular submissions to the POW signals. And actually, the proof of work sort of mechanism, we've recently been retooling and reworking that as well to better enhance and refine so that we're capturing not only better analytics, but also make it easier and better to run on the resource provider deployments. Tao Sheng, I know you've been working extremely close with that, but is there anything you wanted to share on the proof of work that the team's been working on?
Yes, for the past 2 weeks, we are actively discussing the new POW mechanism, and especially for the improvement of the existing POW mechanism and also the new mechanism for the midnight. Lots of challenges and different aspects are discussed inside the team. But I wanted to share about the latest discussion, and what we will improve. For next step is we will enhance the POW report and do some calculation for the estimate hash rate based on work time and the difficulty of the POW mechanism. So that will be calculated on chain and is count, and you can't fix, you can't make the fake POW, hash rate and the reward point. That is much more fair than the previous version. And we will also find some ways to do signature of the declaration or containerization of the card information of the resource providers. We want to get the real card of the resource provider and give the more accurate card info based on the card info. That is the latest progress we are doing. So maybe very soon we will have a new version for testing and for release. That is the POW related. And
Amazing.
yeah.
Amazing. I was just going to check in that this is really, really important to the whole network, because this helps bring that authenticity, that transparency, and that trust to the network. Like, we want to know that the resources being added to the network are indeed the resources that should be added to the network, and that people can have trust and faith into the fact that they are providing the services and the compute that they say they are. So this just brings that transparency and that robustness to the overall network.
Yes, yes. And we hope the community could actively to discuss with the Lilypad core team and report your card information and provide your card hardware information for the team to measure the hash rate to get accurate reward. That is helpful for the team to collect more information of the cards, of different kinds of cards, more types of cards we collected. We can measure the accurate performance of the cards. We need the help of the community. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that is an excellent point too. Is something I know we found in particular is being able to cater for not only all those different card types, but also all those different operating systems with different card types as well. And as everyone knows, like there is I'm going to say a plethora, just because I haven't used that word today, but also there is a great deal of many cards that we need to be able to make sure that we're capturing and reporting on as part of the network in a safe and secure way, not only in a safe and secure way, but also in a way that does bring that transparency, because that knowing that we've got a certain number of cards, a certain number of types of cards, and their capacity, and even as we enter our next phase, the different modules will run better on certain different card types. Some of the graphics cards, for example, are designed more specifically for AI-centric workloads, whereas there's others that are more general purpose and can run maybe workloads not particularly geared towards an AI-centric approach. So yeah, we're definitely looking to survey the resource providers and sort of bring in more feedback on the different card types and just how we better cater for those. So we will be looking for people to submit in a safe way, submit the different card types, and so that we can start basically making sure that we're capturing it all correctly. So, but anyway, if you've just joined us, this is Tao Sheng and Steve Kuchin, and we're from the Lilypad network team. So you've joined the fortnightly or bi-weekly, 2-weekly AMA session, Lilypad AMA session. So if we've got some stuff planned to talk about that we want to talk about, but please disrupt us if you have a question. You can drop all questions, comments, and emojis into the chat as we're rolling along. Feel free to ask away. You can also join us on Discord. So lilypad.tech/discord is the link. We're currently talking about community contributions, and in particular, well, we also just briefly chatted about the proof of work and how that works for the network, how the resource providers basically report on the cards that they've got attached to their instances. We are always looking for feedback. This is a very open source project, so please keep that feedback coming. If you have some thoughts around POW resource providers, or if you're looking to run one or you are running one, you can use this link here to visit our GitHub feedback form and be able to, well, have your say. Let us know what you think. You can also, like I said, join us on Discord as well. Or, of course, we're here now. You can drop your questions, comments, and emojis into the chat. The team is standing by and we will see them. That link below, lilypad.team/GitHub feedback. So I have some exclusive news. Oh, wait, you go.
Yes, Steve, sorry. Here I want to say that, to distinguish the types of the cards in a trustless way is not easy to, so we need the contribution and the feedback from the community. And regarding the POW, I want to I think we can share there is a update about the UI, and I think Steve could share that is the last submitted POW. I think that is very important to find your nodes is working well or not to get the POW or not by the Lilypad. So I think Steve, you can introduce about this update.
Funny you should mention that because we literally just deployed a new version of our dashboard site. So info.lilypad.tech, and then you can navigate to, wait, let's just go back to the start. And you can see, so this is the metrics. Well, let me paste the link to the chat.
Yeah,
there we go.
this is very important.
Yeah.
For POW. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it totally is. And again, sort of coming back to the transparency side of things, we want to make sure that everyone can see the different resources available, and then some metrics around the different wallets, like all the things that kind of make up our network as we're going through. You can also see, so if you click on leaderboard here, obviously that first page, the metrics dashboard, you can see all the different locations where all the different nodes are reporting in from. And then also you can click through and see on the leaderboard tab, there we go there. You can see all the number of lily bits being given away, the total number of node count, which I'm just going to say is amazing to see continually going up. This has, like, seeing the network grow like that, and in the early days it was literally in single digits, and now there is a lot of nodes joining our network and growing as well. I definitely know, I can confirm the underlying services that sort of help run some of the core infrastructure from our platform is getting a lot of traffic, which is a great thing, because I mean that's the whole point of building out a decentralized and democratized network, deepened network, or decentralized physical infrastructure network, is having those resources available for people to be able to run modules or whatever else they want to run on the network. So as Tao Sheng was saying, yeah, you can see the different wallet IDs. You can also search by wallet ID. So if you are running one, you can come here and see where you sit on the resource provider list. Then also the number of rewards associated to that as well. But the thing we just added, and it literally was deployed about 2 hours ago, was on the node status page. And there's also some really good hints and tips here too on fixing your node status, so achieving that higher uptime, and then also how to get started, which links off to our docs. There we go. And then also we'll talk more about how the incentive net works, how the points are calculated, things like slashing. So if your resource provider hasn't been around for a little while, then your existing points will get slashed, because the whole purpose of this incentive net phase is to encourage people to continually provide their resource provider resources to the network ready to be used. I'll drop that link in chat as well, in case anyone wants to go check that out. There we go. That's probably a short link around. I can feel the marketing folks cringing already. Hi, Emma. The other part to this is, so the bit we just added is the last POW submitted per resource provider. You can see there, you can now see the different resource providers when their last proof of work was submitted to the network. So, which will be handy to be able to determine, to make sure that your resource provider is connected and everything is ticking along as it should be. The code for this, and for those that watched the last episode of the AMA, and if you haven't yet seen it, then please check it out. It's on our YouTube. I don't think it's on our Twitch, because Twitch doesn't quite work that way, but it is definitely on our YouTube. So you can watch the past episodes. If you did miss it, but if not, we did talk about open sourcing the web UI repo last week. So it is now public, and we literally just pushed, well, there we go, an hour ago. that was me. And yeah, the team worked on some amazing fixes to the smart contracts, the underlying smart contracts, and then how that was surfaced inside the front end, which refactored some stuff and cleaned some stuff up and refined things a little bit so it's easier and quicker to run now. So if you want to check that out, and again, we are looking for always looking for contributors to our core project or even some of these associated support projects that help surface additional information to the network. You can check it out on github.com/lilypad-tech. And then this is the web UI, which will be near the list of the top of the public repositories. So you can have a look at more there. All the instructions you need to get up and running are all in here as well. So this is the front end uses Next.js and Tailwind, and you can just install with pnpm, which is actually the first time. I know it's been around a little while, but this is the first project where I run this locally as well to test stuff. And yeah, it's the first project I've actually used pnpm for, which has been interesting. It's like the regular npm, just better. Well, I find it better anyway. Need to use it a little bit more. On top of that, you'll need Bun.js and Node, and then there's some changes being made in our next release to remove some of our secrets passing for local development, which means you'll be able to like build and run stuff locally a little bit easier. But there's everything you need to get up and running if you wanted to check it out. Again, this is on our GitHub, and we're always looking for contribs, so please do that. Also, I'm going to do a quick shout out to one of the engineers. Thank you, Jeffrey. Thank you for adding those features in. And we appreciate all the work you're doing. Of course, all the engineers too, all the team, and all the contributors as well. Right, we have some more questions. I'm already 30 minutes in. We've already gotten through half the content, so this is great. If you have just joined us, we're going to circle back to some of the questions that are coming into the comments of them into the chats in a moment. But if you have just joined us, my name is Steve Kuchin, aka Developer Steve, and I'm joined here today with Tao Sheng, and we're from Lilypad Network, and this is the weekly AMA. So let's circle back.
Sorry, Steve, I wanted to add words about the last POW submitted. Can you go to that page? Yep. Yes, there are lots of reports about from communities that the nodes, the resource provider nodes got slashed. If your nodes got slashed, you just need to check the last POW submitted to check it is in a recent 1 hour. It is their last POW submitted. If it is not, for the past 6 hours or past 1 day, maybe past 2 days, you can see here is NA not available. Your nodes will get slashed. I mean, for past first of all 1 day, you can check the time. Timestamp to check why your nodes and got slashed. So that is only one reason that you will be got slashed. So the resource provider will check here, and if you need any more help, please come to the Discord of Lilypad. We can give support.
Amazing. I was just about to throw that in, so that was good timing. And that is the link, lilypad.team/discord. Join us there if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. We do also accept emojis there as well. Funny story. Actually, the emojis on Discord are actually better because you can do the what's it called? You can emphasize them and have them like animate and stuff. They're kind of cool. Anyway, plus we have some fun Lilypad ones there. Anyway, join us on Discord if you do have any questions. Speaking of questions, we do have some that I was going to have a look through. Let me scroll back a bit. It's been so amazing. I love seeing all this interaction. Right. Did you want to talk a little bit about this one? I think my internet might be having us a little bit of a moment. Did you want to talk a little about this one? This is from Christian. Can we get a high-level architectural overview of Lilypad, or high-level technical overview of Lilypad's architecture and how it can contribute to as a community member? That's a great question.
That is a very good question. I think, Steve, you can make this content as a default for each AMA.
This is a good point.
Yeah.
Let me bring up the slides. Actually, let's just go to the docs.
Yes.
Everyone might be wondering why there's an Atari page there, but we will get to that, I hope. Let me open up the docs. So best place to start with all this is docs.lilypad.tech. And I was about to say /lilypad, but you just need to go to docs.lilypad.tech. It'll take you to the /lilypad when you land there. Best place to check out this is the best place to check out the current architecture, which looks something similar to that. And for that, you need 5 different service types running, or the network needs 5 different service types running. So a job creator, a mediator, a solver, and smart contracts, plus also resource provider. The resource provider is the bit that we were just talking about, where that provides on the GPU side of the network. That's where the GPUs get attached to the network to be able to pick up jobs that are sent through by the job creator. The mediator and solver, once those jobs are run, and by jobs, I mean they're container, well, I like to think of them as heavy compute container workloads, but essentially they're containerized apps that are deterministic. So we need to be able to reproduce them. Well, when I say we, I mean the mediator needs to be able to reproduce them in the event of checking to make sure that the job itself ran correctly. So the job creator picks up a job request or a containerized workload, puts it into the network queue, and then the resource provider will pick that up, run the job, and then submit it back to the network to be checked by the mediator. Mediator will decide whether it needs to step in and as it says in the graphic here, the ticket inspector, if you will, to be able to make sure that everything ran as it is intended. And if it may doubt that or question it, then it will basically run the job again to make sure that the same result comes out and then matches that against the original. And if it matches, then it's all good, and it continues its bus ride and goes back to the requesting person. That's probably the high level of that, but there's a whole bunch more as part of our documentation. To get started and contribute, there's a number of different ways you can contribute to the network. So like we've been saying, very open source projects. So you can contribute code, you can contribute to the documents, become part of the community at lilypad.team/discord. Or reach out and let us know any other ways that you want to get involved as well. Coming soon, we're actually really close to announcing, and we've talked about this in past episodes as well. We're really close to launching an incentivized program for community contributions, and there's a number of different ways you'll be able to get involved in that one. And this means that through those contributions, you will also be able to earn Lily bits. And this kind of just helps reward and recognize the community that's already contributing quite a lot to the project, which we just love to see and want to recognize those efforts as well. And big thank you and shout out to our amazing community. Without you, we couldn't be doing this. This couldn't be possible. So a very heartfelt and warm welcome and thank you to all our community members out there. So thank you for everything you do. The other side of that question was how to get started, and that is a great question. Should I go to hardware requirements? Actually, let's start with hardware requirements. Again, docs.lilypad.tech to find out more. These are open source docs too, so if you're reading through them and you find something that you think needs updating or you think could be written a little bit better, a little bit easier to understand, then please make some changes and then open it for requests. We would love to see them. So the hardware requirements page talks through the types of hardware that we're looking for or that we are the most ideal. Again, if you want to contribute to this, please feel free. That talks through all the things around GPU requirements and then also your base server and what sort of hardware is ideal, but of course, again, you can experiment a bit. And if you do have something different to these specs, but you manage to get it working, be it on whatever operating system, Windows or Linux. Linux is preferred, but we do have a Windows install that we've been getting some contribs to as well, which has been great to see. Yeah, let us know. Because we want to hear from you. If you do multi GPU, I've been playing around with one of these. We have one running in a cloud, a cloud provider. Well, I mean, when I share the screen, you'll be able to see it anyway. But a cloud provider, we do have one running. It's not cheap, just saying. But it's been interesting to see the different operating and system variables that we need to cater for and understand. So anyway, once you've got all the hardware side down pat, then it's a matter of doing all the installs and setting up your account RPs and all the fun stuff, all the configurational side of things. And we have you covered in this document here. So if you want to get up and running, this is the document you are looking for. I'm going to drop that link into the chat. Although I probably have, oh, someone's already shared it. Amazing, thank you. Then you can, oh, actually, I have a funny happenstance. I actually have this as a talking point right in this very spot. It's not open on this tab, but that's fine. One really important thing to note here is one of the install requirements is Backahal to be able to run. It basically runs as like an underlying executable framework. So the current version is 1.3.2. So if you are already running a node or you're setting one up, please make sure that the version of Backahal is 1.3.2 and not the latest of 1.4. We are doing some work at the moment to make this install a little bit more streamlined. In fact, there is maybe, I'm going to say, a containerized version of this that I've seen around that is nearing its final stages as well. I think Tao Sheng's been playing with that one as well a little bit, or at least working with the community folks that are building that one out. And there's an easier installer coming that will install the right version of Backahal. Alongside that, I think we're actually looking to update that to the latest version. Again, this is open source, so if you are familiar with Backahal and you want to contribute and get help upgrade us to the latest version, then we would love to see it, and definitely love to chat. Lilypad.tech/discord is the place to chat, the community to connect to, and for the place to reach out and let us know if that is you. I think I covered everything. Did I miss anything? Anything else to add, Tao Sheng?
I think that is great. I don't have more to add.
Excellent. We've ticked more things off our content list. We did have one more question though. We also had, let me scroll back up. If you have just joined us, please keep those questions and comments and emojis coming. I've seen some emojis in the chat, and that is always great to see. Always love emojis.
I think of one thing about the containerization of Lilypad. If you want to run Lilypad in Docker, if you meet any problems, you can come to the Discord of Lilypad. We can give a support. And thanks to the Titan team, from the community, they have built a Dockerfile for the Lilypad to run Lilypad in the Titan container. If you need any help, we can also consult the Titan team. We can also give a hand on the Docker of the Lilypad.
Yeah, big shout out to the Titan team. I have also been watching that, watching the contributions they've been making, and yeah, massive thank you. Big thank you to the amazing Titan team. So yeah, love seeing that involvement and just helping us build out the network and well, helping it grow.
Yes, thanks to Titan.
We have one more question, and then I'm gonna I have some big announcement stuff we've been trying to get to. Anyway, it's Galaxy Quest Tier 3. Anyway, we'll get to that in a sec. I'm gonna put this on screen. What are the rewards for running a node? Now, this is a great question, and that's going to be based on a number of different factors, namely the hash rate. It's a combination of a few different things, and the best place to find out, to read more about this, is on this following link. Let me get it. There we go. Lilypad.tech/incentive net. I'm going to go there now. Lilypad.tech/ oops, came up. There we go. I knew it would come up because I've clicked that link before. This is the best place to read all about the different reward types and how the rewards work based on a number of different factors and how you contribute, how long you contribute for, and then the different capacity of your, or the type of capacity for your card. So there's a lot of answers on here. And then also, yep, this is the blog I'm looking for. There we go. This blog post too talks through in a lot of detail, including the TLDR, on how it all works. So I'm going to drop that into the chat. If somebody, I love those emojis, Sam. Keep them coming. Right, I'm going to put that on screen. I don't even know how you. Wait, where are you on YouTube? I need to find out later how you did that because they don't look like the standard emojis that I know. And yeah, anyway, we'll chat about that. I'm going to get sidetracked. Anyway, I'm going to drop the link into the chat now for the blog. You can also, actually, I have a nice segue here for the blog because there's something I was going to talk about anyway. But blog.lilypad.tech is our blog, is our official blog, and on that there's always news and updates from. There's a whole bunch of new emojis now popping into the chat, and I need to go find out. Oh, they're YouTube emojis. There you go. No, they changed them. Kind of funky. Blog.lilypad.tech is the blog you're looking for to find out all things Lilypad, including not only just the incentive net and the Lilybit rewards, also people just putting emojis into the chat now. That's amazing. Keep them coming. If you've just joined, please drop any questions, comments, and funky YouTube emojis into the chat. I do love seeing them. This week, for example, we have the latest project report out, so that is available to be read from Alex, who also is part of the other time zone AMA, which happens in I think it's a 12-hour difference. It's roughly about 12 hours. I think it's 10 to this slot, but in an opposing week. So next week, the US or North American centric time zone centric AMA will happen. And if you're watching the recording, hello from the past, but also you can join that one live because it's probably during your daytime hours and not. I actually don't know what time it is in North America at the moment, but I imagine it's getting quite late, or pretty sure late, not early. Anyway, you can read all about all our blog posts. We've got a number of how-tos on there, and then also a number of different project reports. So you can read all about that. Excellent. Well, if you've just joined, my name is Steve Kuchin, and I'm joined here with Tao Sheng, and we are from the Lilypad network, and this is the bi-weekly APAC AMA. So if you have any questions, please do interrupt us. Please drop them into the chat, or as I like to say, I'll put all questions, comments, and emojis. And the emojis this week have been pretty good. I didn't know YouTube had all those ones. I just thought that was like the standard ones. Anyway. Thank you for joining us. We've got a few more things to go through, including, unless Tao Sheng, did you want to say something?
I want to say about the reward and the incentive night and what you are showed. If the community have any very specific questions, you can come to the Discord. I think I and our team could answer any question about the rewards. And I just have a proposal I need to discuss with Steve, maybe offline, about maybe we can have a dedicated reward or incentive session for the community. I think that is most concerned by the community. Let us plan it after this MA, I think.
No, that sounds good. We actually have a incentivization, open source incentivization program about to launch. I think we're in the meeting I was in earlier. We're in our final stages of it. So stay tuned. We do actually tune in. I'm going to say tune in next week because I think, and don't quote me on this, it is being recorded, so no pressure. But think it might be talked about in next week's AMA in the North American crew. So tune in. I think Alex and the crew might be talking about it there. But and if not, just tune in anyway, because if it's in your waking hours at least, because it's always great fun to see what's being worked on and what the direction of the network is. And then if you have any questions, of course, that's also a good place to talk about it. I am going to share this other link too, because we've got a GitHub discussion open at the moment for people to be able to, particularly if you're a resource provider, but just to share their thoughts and join an open GitHub forum discussion there. So if you do, if you are interested in getting involved more, then lilypad.team/GitHub feedback is the link to check out. Do we have little dog? Yeah, that was my little dog, Dot the Pom, being I think she wants to get involved in the project. She wants to start contributing. So she was offering her $2 worth to join in. Anyway, maybe she'll come on a future episode. Right, exclusive news time. Dun, 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 I need theme music here. Oh, I need to get on my audio sound set back up. But exclusive. I even set up a meme for it. Anyway, I have a couple of things I wanted to announce, talk about, to mention. We do have another series coming up soon, and shout out to Sam for putting this together at really short notice. But we've connected to a number of very prominent community folks. Drum roll. Oh, I need my sounds. We've connected to, I've been talking to a number of very prominent community centric people, and they're going to be they're going to be coming on very special. Originally, we were going to bring them on the AMAs, but lining up the time zones has been a little bit tricky. So we're just going to set up some special live streams, and these will be at various times depending which part of the world and what time works better for these folks, because they're very kindly giving up some time to come and have a geek out with us in, well, what I like to think of what started as a fireside chat, but we rebranded a little bit and we're calling it Pondside Chats. So it's literally geeking out with developers and community-minded folks, just talking about just shooting the breeze, so to speak, and talking about everything from development, how they got started, open source projects that they like to get involved with, or that they are involved with, or any communities they wanted to give a shout out to. So it's essentially a very informal geek out session. The first one, I don't want to give away any spoilers. The first one's going to be pretty fun, and we've got a few more lined up after that. So anyway, it's a new format we're playing around with. We'll share more details about it soon. Also, we'll have sessions talked about, broadcast on our socials. So keep watching those, and of course in our Discord too. And then there'll be some ways to reach out if you're interested to get involved and to come on and share some of your thoughts. I mean, one of the questions I always love asking devs, I've been writing code for the last 30 years, and literally one of the questions I always love to ask is, what was your first computer? Tao Sheng, I don't think I've actually asked you that before, but what was your first computer?
My first computer was a Legend. Do you know the Legend of a Chinese brand?
No, I don't.
It's a Legend laptop from China.
Oh,
It's
nice. What was the programming language that you first learned on that? Was it like HTML, or was it like what were you?
C. My first programming language is C language.
Oh, nice.
C, C++. C and C.
Nice.
Yeah, I can start from C language.
You know, I actually did some of the. I've only done a little bit of C before, mostly for embeddable wearables and things. But one thing I always it always makes me appreciate in the newer, I'm going to say the younger languages, is the memory management in the newer languages. Like, you don't have to worry about it, whereas in C, like, so important, and yeah, it does make it a lot harder to be able to build anything in it, because you've got to not only do the programming side of things, but also manage the memory. And Otherwise, you're going to have buffer overflows and all sorts of mess.
Yes, that is a total recall of my older memory about the memory about the C memory. It's
Yep.
very difficult to handle that. but the the Golang is much more better. It had lots of details behind compares. You do not
Yeah.
need to take care of the memory, lots of uh, computer related memory management and things.
Yeah, no, it definitely, even just sort of going back from some of this from C programming back to Node is just like, yeah, I can see I can see. I mean, I almost feel lazy just doing it because you don't have to worry about the memory or some of the underlying like platform thing, direct computer interface side of things. It's all done for you. So,
Yeah,
but I mean, that's the advantage of those languages, those more granular languages, is you can control that sort of stuff. So when you've only got like a tiny little amount of a memory that to be able to work on the board, then it does make it a lot easier. Or if you're at scale, you're able to really, really specifically manage the memory a lot better. So yeah, totally get. Actually, this is a good segue to talk about the thing that everyone keeps seeing on my page. Oh, so my first computer was an Atari 800 XL, and I saw today on Twitter actually, or X, or whatever it's called these days, Twitter X, that there's an Atari 7800 Plus coming. Now this is brand new, but still has some of the retro aesthetics. So these joystick controllers, I hated them so bad. I'm not going to buy one of those. And the reason why is it always broke, and it always broke at the most like the worst possible moment when you're like playing a game and all of a sudden you hear click and the controls broken. And you're like, oh, it's gone. Anyway, they brought it. I'm sure the new version of that I'm sure is way better, but I'm still not getting one for that reason. But I learned to program BASIC on an Atari 800 XL back in the day, so I got really excited when there's now a 7800 Plus coming. And they actually brought out a whole bunch of new games for it as well. So yeah, I'm kind of half keen. But anyway, I've got to get time to play it. Anyway, that was why that whole page was open. The other bit of news we have as well, and I can't believe we've only got 10 minutes left of this week's episode. The other thing is we're about to launch the third tier for our Galaxy campaign, and this will be to do with, well, creating a meme. Now, I have a bunch of notes on this, so I want to make sure I get it right. But essentially, there's going to be a first, second, and third place. Which will get awarded a cash prize each. So for first, second, or third. What we're looking for here, and I have some examples as well, so we'll switch back to that in a second. But we're basically looking for you to flex your meme muscles and show us how awesome decentralized AI is. So the rules of the pond, or the rules of the competition, so to speak, to celebrate decentralized AI, to make sure that you're creating memes that capture the innovation magic and the brilliance of decentralized AI. Like, we want you to highlight some of the things that it does really well, some of the things that you think it solves from the wider industry's approach to AI, and obviously we all have seen and know what impact that's had in the news, particularly with companies that say they're open, may contain it in their name, and in fact aren't, because they aren't. So we want you to show us how it's changing the game, and decentralized AI is changing things, and with ideally with a bit of Lilypad flair. Positive vibes only, because we want to keep it light, fun, and well focused on what decentralized AI actually solves. So no negativity, and well, obviously no. You are allowed to throw shade, but do it in a fun way. Actually, let's just switch back to the ones I have open. Like this one, for example. Now, this is a well-known. You see this meme around all the time, but it's a good one. And then the caption on it is, the open in OpenAI is just trying to seem like it's open source. Change my mind. And it's like, well, yeah, that's actually why the open is in OpenAI, to make you think it is, but it's actually not. It's a closed company. One of my other ones that I really like is and that's when it's a caption. I can't remember what movie is it. Goodfellas? Oh, it's Goodfellas. With I'm going to say Leonardo DiCaprio, but I don't think it is. Anyway, and the caption is, and that's when I said, if we call it OpenAI, everyone will actually think it's actually open source. And there's probably many, many more, but we're looking for, whoops, too far. We're looking for everyone's ideas on memes. So check out, if you're looking for inspiration on Reddit, there's the memes board. There's actually a whole bunch of them, including dev programming humor, which I always like. And then if you're looking on Farcast, I mean, on Twitter and X, you can search for meme and a whole bunch will come up. On Twitter and Farcast, there is some meme channels as well that I actually keep an eye on as well. So there's some fun ones in there, but we want to see what you come up with. So remember, if originality is key, so we are looking for fresh, unique creations that, or fresh, unique memes that you can repurpose, reuse. Actually, I'm going to give everyone an idea here. And so recently, as if you missed past episodes, please go back and check it out. But there was a past episode where we set up a GPU on a GPU VM instance on a cloud provider. I'm not going to mention any names, although if you go back and have a look, you'll see who I'm talking about. And it was extremely difficult to be able to even find a GPU within 64 plus regions. I went through all of them. And all of them were like, yeah, I'm going to spin up a VM instance. And then it was like, no, there's no GPUs available. To talk about that one a little bit more in meme format, what I would do is do something like an oasis in a desert and be like actual footage of me trying to find a GPU at a cloud provider. Stuff like that. You know, you can have a little bit of cheeky fun with it, but just keep it light, keep it friendly. Ideally, create a JPEG, PNG, or a GIF. You can do animations as well if you find something that you think could work really well. But stay tuned. This launches tomorrow. This is the first time we've talked about it anyway. Stay tuned because we will have more info out on that. So on our socials, on our Galaxy Quest page, I think I had opened. There it is. So you can keep an eye on it there as well. Let me grab I think I've got a link handy for this one. If not, check out the Galaxy, wait, let me see if it's Discord. I actually don't have a banner for it. All right, I'm just going to share the link in the chat for this one. There we go. That's to our Galaxy Quest. There it is there. Yeah, and you can find out more about that. You can also head to the Galaxy app.galaxy.com page and then search for Lilypad Network and you'll be able to find us there as well. So stay tuned for that because that is going to be fun. I actually really look forward to seeing what everyone comes up with for that one. So get those submissions in. Again, if you have any questions, please reach out on our Discord or via any of our socials, and we would very much love to chat. And I just looked at the time. We've got 5 minutes left. We didn't quite get through everything this week, but we had a few questions come in. So, and that was great because when we plan all this show content, like we want to get interrupted, we want to get disrupted because this show is our AMA. So we want to hear those questions coming in. We want to hear and see those questions coming in and find out what you want to know, be it you're running a resource, acting as a resource provider, so sharing your GPU into the network, whether you're using the CLI or whether you're at the command line interface to run jobs on our network, or if you're just looking to contribute to the network, the Lilypad network, and help shape and decentralize and democratize access to AI-centric resources or resources to run AI-centric workloads or heavy compute workloads. We want to hear from you. We want to connect. And we want you to help grow and join our community and help the network grow. I think that's almost all we have time for. Kasheng, did you want to, do you have anything more you wanted to add in?
I like the Mimi context. I wanted to personally to join and to build a picture to join that. I like it.
Amazing. I'm always looking for contributions too, as we've been saying. Like this is an very open source project, so please keep those contributions coming. It's great to see some of the ideas and direction that people want to bring and want to help add to everything. So very much love that. And I mean, as somebody that's been in open source a very long time, I always like to think I'm always constantly a student of open source. Just seeing those contributions come in and that community come together always is great. So big heartfelt thank you to all those that are already involved. If you haven't yet, please join us on lilypad.tech/discord. I will click that one, put that one up on the screen. We all would love to have you as part of the community, and the community would love to have you. Very welcoming, very engaging community. Everyone's always looking to help each other because this is the open source way. Together, we learn together, we grow together. This is the way. Oh, I made a meme. There you go. Somebody could create a meme with that. Like, this is the way. I still love that meme series, although you don't see it as much anymore. Oh, we need another series of that show. Anyway, just saying. On that note, we need to bring back Firefly. Total tangent just there, but anyway, I still like Firefly. There we go.
Yes.
Anyway, I think that's all we have time for this week. I am going to take this one off. Thank you all for joining us. We'll be back in 2 weeks. I think we're actually going to be joined by one of the engineers for the next show. So stay tuned for that one. If you do have any suggestions or things you want to talk about on the show, please join us on Discord, lilypad.team/discord. We'd love to hear from you. Last episode, we had some people join, and we've continued the conversation on there. So we'd love to have you there. On that note, I'm going to reach for my. Should we play? I might need to generate some new music for the next one. But let's go the pop version of the Lilypad song for this outro. Yes. I think that's all for us. So until next time, we'll see you then. Thanks for coming.
See you.